Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I need to tell you this story. I was on my way to church, and on a Sunday morning on my way to church, I have a standing appointment for a call with my sister. So we were talking, and she was helping me visualize some work that I'm doing. And it was getting so good, I said, wait, I need to record this call because you're giving me gold. So I'm listening to her and I'm so focused on her that, I'm paying attention to the road. And so I'm paying attention to the road and I'm paying attention to what she's saying, but I'm kind of like transported into the things that she's telling me. And then to the left of me, I see this woman. She's sitting on the steps. She's got all of her belongings, all of her things, and she looks, I would say sullen, but she actually looked angry. And why wouldn't she be? She was living outside with all of her belongings, just sitting on this step on an early Sunday morning. As I passed her, I thought, I have to do something. I have to do something. I can do something. I can do something. But I was still a little bit caught in the conversation my sister and I were having. It was actually not a conversation. I was just letting her free flow because it was just pure brilliance. So I caught myself, brought myself back to the now, and I said, "Oh, hold on a second. I've got to go around the corner. There's a woman, and I think she could use one of these large luggages that I give out when I have friends from church give them to me. And one of my friends, Monica, had brought one in, and I couldn't find it. And then I found it, and I tried to give it to some man, but fortunately, he had just got a scooter, so he couldn't use it any longer. And he was really happy about it. And he said, but maybe somebody else can use it. So I see this woman and I'm like, she can use it. I think I'll ask. So I have to go around the corner, but there's a square and I go around the square and I come back around and I tell my sister and she says, oh, okay. Yeah, go get it. Go get her. Go get her. And so I came back around and there's traffic behind me. But I put on my signal that I'm not going. And fortunately, I live in a town where people don't blow the horn just because you're not moving. They try to move around you and see another way, which is what happened. And I rolled the window down. I stopped the car and I said, "Good morning, sister." And she said, "Good morning." Or no, she didn't say good morning. She said, "Yeah." And I said, "Could you use a large luggage?" And her face changed. She was questioning me and she said, "With wheels?" And I said, "Yes." And I got the most beautiful smile. She had a gap. And among African people of African descent, that gap is a sign of beauty. It's a blessing. And I was like, "Oh." And she said, "Oh, yes, I can. Yes, I can." Everything changed. And so I said, "Hold up right there. Hold up." And I had already taken some money out of my wallet. And I had that money in my hand and I was thanking God for that money because that money was the money that I would have used for wheelchair assistance in two of the airports because I was able to walk through those airports. So I had that money left in my wallet. So I held that money with so much gratitude and I gave it to her. And she was just rejoicing with that luggage that Monica had given me. It's big, beautiful, red, almost brand new, clean, just wonderful. And those wheels, and it had a handle, and it would come up and go down. And she said, "Ooh, I'm going to pack my stuff right now. I'm going to pack my things right now." And as she's packing her things, I said, "Oh, I'm so glad that you could use it. I was hoping to find the right person for this." And she said, "It's me, it's me, it's me." And we're just standing there rejoicing. And so I'm getting back in the car. She's packing, turning around. "Thank you again." I said, "All right, sister, I love you." And she said, "I love you." And I said, okay. And she said, thank you again. And I said, okay. Meanwhile, my sister's still on the phone and she said, ooh, woo, mm. Rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And we did. And I was rejoicing because for the first time in 5 years, I walked through an airport. And that luggage had been in my car when I went to the airport. It was in my car when I came back. It was in my car when I drove past her the first time. It was in my car when I came back around. But now it's gone. And it's gone to a person who surely needs it and wants it. And now I pray that she gets a home and that I can keep on walking. I love you. We're all connected. My need is your need. Your purpose is mine. I love you.